Hey, welcome back to the channel, my fellow weather junkies. I'm your host, meteorologist Greg Majewski, your trusted weather source here, bringing you the weather without all that social media hype for this special update here on our Easter weekend as I'm unveiling our brand new severe weather look here for live coverage. And also wanted to take the opportunity to give you an update on the severe weather here for this upcoming weekend. Now, before we get going on this report, if you're not yet a subscriber and you'd like to participate in our live coverage in the future, please hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you're alerted on future content. And as always, if you got a comment or got a question, please post it down below and give me a thumbs up. It does help with the algorithm. All right, we're going to start by looking at what we're seeing here for this morning. We are seeing a few thunderstorms producing some severe weather here across portions of northern Ohio right now for this morning. This will continue to race off toward the north and east and begin to weaken. So it doesn't look all that impressive here for this morning. But this is our general look right here when we're looking at a local radar using our Radar Omega program. Now, I have a couple of versions of this I want to highlight as well. We'll have this version here where we'll have a storm chaser up above me. And by the way, I will always put the storm chaser links in the comment section down below so you can support those guys when they're out and about. So it's very important that they have their operations too. And if you like to participate in that, I'll always put those links down below. And then I also have this version as well, which will show two storm chasers, but it also allows me the ability to come over here to the weather wall and interact. So this way I can actually explain to you what's going on in a specific instance, maybe a tornado or something like that. And I'll come over to the wall and do some guidance that way. Your traditional TV look there. All right, let's go ahead and continue on with this as another product that we just added here for our coverage is WeatherWise. I like this program here. Just added this one into our toolbox, shall we say here. And what we're showing right now is the latest from the Storm Prediction Center here, kind of showing our outlook here for our severe weather here coming across the middle of the country. So we have that slight risk for here for today. And I'm going to break down the categories here for you to kind of see where this is going to go for this afternoon. So the tornado risk here running there about 5%. It's in that brown area there, running from getting near Arkansas, into the border, Oklahoma, and back through Texas. This is going to be our target zone right here, running about 5%. The area in green is running into 2% area. This will also be the area that we're going to have to watch for, obviously, the more significant wind threat and things like that. So here's your wind threat here for this area, running about yellow, going all the way from Missouri back down toward Texas, and as well as your hail threat. Well, hail threat will be running pretty high, generally down here toward the south, where they've kind of got this graded in here, right through here to Texas, and includes the Dallas-Fort Worth area here for some large hail potential for today. Then we shift into tomorrow. The day two is the one that's got me the most concerned as this. What we're watching is there's a potent low pressure system back over here that's going to be kind of ejecting on out. And as it does so, it's going to add a lot of spin to the atmosphere as it goes up toward Missouri. So as we go up to your day two outlook, we got a bullseye here to kind of highlight here. Let me get back over to the category here. There you go. And you see we have that enhanced zone running through Missouri and coming into northern Arkansas. So this is what we're going to have to watch late afternoon tomorrow on Easter Sunday and going into the evening hours. That'll be the prime zone here for severe weather, and we'll have to watch the tornado risk with this as well. So let's go ahead and break this down by the category as well. Got a little early jump there, but you can see we have a 10% risk for seeing tornadoes. So we got a higher risk for tornadoes in this enhanced zone here for tomorrow evening. So if you're anywhere like from Jefferson City and going into Branson, Missouri, for example, Springfield, you have to be very watchful in those zones here for tomorrow. Now, as far as the high wind threat, we'll break that down as well. There's our high wind threat, also running about 30% in here. Obviously, going near Quincy, Illinois, coming all the way back down near Little Rock, Arkansas, seeing a high wind threat in this zone as well. Again, this is for Easter Sunday. And looking at your hail probability threat, running about 15% in that big yellow area there, stretching from Illinois all the way back down here toward northwestern portions of Louisiana. So a very large swath there being taken up there with the hail threat there. And then as far as how this is going to play out, we'll have to see how it goes. As we're going to watch, I'm going to show you the model data here in just a second. Now, what we're seeing currently is, again, we're watching that upper level low. This is our 19 satellite, the brand new one here. So there's our low back over here. And you can see all the lightning with this. Got a lot of lightning in there with those thunderstorm tops. And this is a good little feature to have as well. So you can kind of track the higher cloud tops as well as seeing where the lightning is beginning to increase at the same time. This is a great little feature here. A little the upgrade with the satellite GOES system there. Now, as far as what our weather map looks like, so this is our boundary. Not going to move a whole lot here for today. The reason for that is we've got an area of high pressure that's kind of ridging here across the southeastern portion of the United States. So this is going to be training over the same ground. That's why we have some flooding concerns across the middle of the country there for today, because these thunderstorms will continue to be training over the same ground, especially going in for this afternoon and going into tomorrow before it starts to push off toward the east. So when you look at the latest watches and warnings in this zone, you can see where, again, we have got those flash flood watches up here across Illinois, stretching back into North Texas. So this zone's here, we'll see very heavy rainfall amounts, localized amounts up to 5+ inches could not be ruled out in that zone as that system begins to pull off very, very slowly off toward the east. So let's go ahead and break this down. Let's look at the latest model data here. We're looking at the latest high resolution model data here. Again, we're going to be watching very closely this upper level low here back over toward the west here. That's going to be kind of kicking on out. And kind of watch that timestamp here as we watch this thing begin to traverse the area here through today. So again, it's going to be the area down toward Texas. We're going to see the new storms there flaring up there across northern Texas and pushing up toward the east. So it's going to be the zones down here to the south we're going to have to watch here, back down here, that we have to watch for the severe weather development. Now all this is going to be kind of sitting up in the same zones, going right through there as the low pressure system back here begins to eject on out. Now, this is going to move up toward the north as we go in from your Saturday. This is going to Sunday morning, so you can see these storms really get flared up here by into the evening nights tonight. So looks like most of the day not bad for Saturday, but again, about 6 o'clock or so, things really start to firing there across North Texas as that low begins to propagate out, and then watch the explosion of those thunderstorms pull up into Texas and into portions of Oklahoma as we go through the overnight period. Then tomorrow, we'll catch our collective breaths briefly throughout the day, not looking bad here. So Easter services in the middle of the country, not bad. But as we go into the evening hours, boom, there it starts to floor. About 4 o'clock, you start seeing these thunderstorms going on. So you got the low pressure here. And again, that air is spinning around through here. So you're getting what we call diffluence in there. That's why the tornado risk is going to go up around that area of low pressure as it kicks up into Missouri and into Arkansas. So by tomorrow evening around 5 o'clock or so, we're going to watch, again, areas there of Arkansas and into Missouri for the potential for outbreak of some tornadoes right now. Now, the upper level winds aren't extremely high. I'm guessing up to about EF2 on the scale right now. We'll see what the Storm Prediction Center says for tomorrow. But again, this will pull up toward the north. So tomorrow afternoon into the evening hours is when that'll be the worst of the severe weather. This will push off toward the east and into Illinois, and then the whole line begins to kind of weaken as it pushes off toward the east. So the window for tomorrow, if you want to put this down, again, kind of watching things flare up maybe around about 4 o'clock, and then kind of continues on until about 8, 9 o'clock. So that's about our window, the way it's currently looking on the latest high-resolution model data as this pushes up toward the north and east. So again, kind of showing what's going on with this. Not too terribly high as far as the Cape. That's your energy that's kind of feeding these thunderstorms here. So we're seeing it mostly contained like today down toward Texas. But this does begin to surge to the north here as we go into tomorrow afternoon. So you see the Cape there rising as we go up here toward Missouri and in toward areas of Illinois for tomorrow. So we get some fuel. That's your gasoline for these storms as this moves on off toward the east. And then on top of that, we're going to be watching, obviously, the potential for tornadoes. This is your helicity tracks here for today. And again, showing a little bit of a bullseye here as we go in toward the southern area. Not too terribly bad, but we're going to be watching this zone right through here for the higher street score tornadoes. Oops, we can redraw that again, my bad. And again, we're talking about this zone here, talking Missouri and into northern Arkansas, right back through here. This is our zone, target zone here for tomorrow. So looking at your significant tornado parameter, again, today not too terribly high. We'll have to watch Texas there, obviously going into this evening. See the explosion there. That includes the Dallas-Fort Worth area. So right back in here, have to watch that. And then we'll see that tornado risk kind of move up toward the north and east as we go in toward your Sunday, on Easter Sunday. And so we'll go move this forward, it settles down overnight. And then we'll see the surge come up here going into toward tomorrow. Notice by 4 o'clock, we've got 8s and 6s in here. So thus the enhanced area there, right through there, kind of off on my circling here today. And there you kind of see that going up toward the north. So we'll watch that kind of go across Missouri and northern Arkansas and push right into areas of Illinois before dying down tomorrow night. So that's going to be your window between 4 and 9 o'clock for that severe weather for Arkansas, Missouri, and into Illinois. For tomorrow with that enhanced zone for severe weather. Again, that's what we're watching there, that tornado hotspot there across that portion of the country. I'm going to pull that tornado risk up once again so you can see that. And there it is. That area there in yellow, it's going to be our target zone for potential for tornadoes. We're running about 10% across the middle portion of the country on Easter Sunday. Oh, I hate seeing that, but hopefully we will get through this without having any major significant tornadoes, but it couldn't rule out a few of them. That's definitely in the cards for tomorrow. So again, I hope you appreciate this new look. I'm looking forward to putting it to good use. I would put our capabilities now on par with just about anybody out there, including the Godfather himself. You knew who he is. I think we're pretty much in the same category there. And just to give you straightforward weather information and in a timely manner, and without being hysterical about it. I don't want to do that as well. I don't want to scare people, but to get you prepared. That's the most important thing for me, is make sure that you're weather prepared. All right, so if you'd like to include this product as one of your severe weather sources out there in the YouTube universe, please hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you learn on future content. And as always, I appreciate any feedback. If there's something you'd like to see included with this product, please leave a comment down below. I do appreciate you guys' feedback and support of our little weather channel. All right, that's your update here on your Saturday morning. You guys take it easy, be good, stay safe, and we'll see you next time. You guys have a great day. Bye-bye.